Hi, and welcome into yet another LeetCode challenge on this channel. So today we'll be dealing with a medium one, which is add two numbers. You are given two non-empty linked lists representing two non-negative integers. The digits are stored in reverse order, and each of their nodes contains a single digit. Add the two numbers and return the sum as a linked list. You may assume that the two numbers do not contain any leading zero except the number 0 itself. So we are having 2, 4, 3 and 5, 6, 7, and we are having 7, 0, 8 as an output. And then we have the second example where the two are zeros and we are returning 0, and then we have a third example that shows that there can be a difference in the length of the lists, and then some carry needs to be taken to the end. So actually the list will be a little bit longer. So that gives us a very basic overview. So let's hop into the console and work on the solution. Alright, so we are back in the LeetCode console. I will be using JavaScript, but you can use also many other languages here. So what we want to do, first thing, the output. So we need to output a new linked list. So we will create such. So let's call it start, and we will do a new list node, and we will pass just a dummy 0 here, and it will be our starting point that for this particular linked list that we will be returning. And now as we will be moving step by step in probably a while loop, because we need to iterate over all the nodes, then we will create ourselves a current value. And at the beginning, it will be just a start. So it will be pointing to the beginning of this new linked list. And now at the end, let's declare also a carry, because we will be moving some values. And here, let's code the solution. So as with many other linked lists, we will be using a while loop to iterate over all the elements. And now what we need to account for. So we will go to this loop when L1, so the linked list 1, isn't equal to null, or if L2 isn't equal to null. That will also account for those examples that, let's say, one linked list is longer than other, or they are null just from the start. And we also need to account for this, let's say, third example, that actually we had a linked list of 7 elements and second of 4, but the output is 8 because we had a carry. So either carry isn't equal to 0. So that will be our while loop here. And in this while loop, what we need to do? So we will need to take the values of this list. We know that they are under list node.val. So let's declare ourselves maybe an x variable, and we will do it that L1, if L1 isn't null, then we will take L1.val. But if it is null, we will just get 0. We need to account for that one of them can be actually null, so we will be not accessing .val because it will be not existing, but 0 we need to account for. So let's do it also for the second list, L2.val or 0. And now we will create a sum for ourselves. So let's declare const sum that will equal x plus y plus current carry. So at the first iteration, the carry will be 0, and we need to also recalculate this carry. So carry will be what? Carry will be sum divided by 10, because if we from sum get like 11, then we know that the 1 needs to be taken to the second. So in order to do that, we will also in JavaScript take it into matfloor to not get a float out of that, so that if it's below 10, we will know that the carry will be still 0, because let's say we added 2 and 5 and the carry was 0, so our sum was 7, we divided it by 10, so we got 0, so we then don't have anything to move forward. And then what would be our next step? So our next step would be to add this value to our actual linked list. So we will take the current head, and at this current head we will do dot next, because when we start with 0, we want to, let's say we have this 0 here virtually and we want to add this 7, so we will access this dot next value, and here we will add a new list node, and the value of this node will be sum but module from 10, because when it would be, let's say this, if it would be, let's say 9, we want to pass also this modulo, so that we can account for this carry if it would be, let's say 11, that we know, let's say that the sum is 11, we are doing a modulo 10, so it's giving us 1, and this 1 actually is in this list node, and 1 is taken further as a carry. And the next thing here would be to move the current node to actually the current dot next, so we can move it further. And then we also need to move in our lists, but we also need to account for null values. So we will do that if L1 isn't equal to null, then current L1 will be equal to L1.next, and the same with list2. So if it isn't null, we will move the pointer to another value. So that would hold, I think, everything in our while loop. And now let's just return. We will be returning this start, because it points to our start of this new node that we want to return, this new linked list. But we need to return start dot next to just drop this first 0 dummy value and start with the proper one. So let's run it and see if we did everything okay. Yeah, the 3 cases are accepted, and let's run the whole one. And yeah, we are accepted also on this end. So that makes for the solution to this particular problem. I hope you liked this video, and if you liked it, please of course subscribe to the channel for more of such content. And if you would like to see me making a particular video about particular LeetCode problem or anything regarding cloud, programming and so on, let me know down in the comments below. So that's all for today, and see ya in another one.